Hello, and thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well this evening. Now sit back, relax, and let's get into our story. There are places in the world not marked on any map, places that have slipped through the cracks of memory and time, forgotten places, abandoned, not because of war or disaster, but because something wanted them to be forgotten. This is the story of one such place and the man who tried to map it. My name is Connor Webb. I work as a cartographer for a private geospatial firm. Basically, I make maps. But this story doesn't begin with me. It starts with a package. A beat-up leather satchel showed up on my doorstep one cold October morning. No return address, no postage, just a small brass tag attached to the strap. It read, "For the one who sees what others forget." Inside was a hand-drawn atlas. It was wrong. The coastlines were warped. Cities appeared in the middle of nowhere. Whole sections of land bore names I'd never heard of before, like Dunrow, the Stray Vale, and Rothmere Fields. Some of them were labeled in languages I couldn't identify, but there was one note scribbled in English, barely legible in the margins. Find the place the world tried to forget. Start with Belmere. I did what any rational person would do. I laughed it off. But that night, I dreamed of Belmere. The next morning, I searched every known database. Belmere didn't exist. No records, no images, no coordinates. But the atlas had a set of rough GPS markers scrawled across a page in red ink. I followed them. They led me to the mountains of upstate Vermont, deep into a forest that was wrong. The birds didn't chirp. The wind didn't blow. Even my compass spun like it had a mind of its own. Still, I walked for miles until I saw a moss-covered sign. "Welcome to Belmere. Population." The number had been scratched off. There were no roads, no power lines, just husks of homes, buildings consumed by rot, and an eerie silence so thick it felt like a presence. I stepped into the town square, and that's when I saw them. People, frozen, standing motionless like mannequins. Some mid-step, some mid-sentence. Eyes glazed, faces slack. I blinked, and they were gone. I found the library. It was intact, somehow untouched by time or decay. Inside was a single desk, and behind it, a man in a worn wool coat, writing in a massive book. He looked up at me. "You found one of the wounds in the world." I asked him who he was. He called himself the archivist. He explained that Belmere and places like it should not be remembered. There are places in the folds of the earth that sloughed off reality, forgotten not by accident, but by necessity. They hold the leftovers, the things that couldn't be allowed into the world. He warned me, once you start seeing the forgotten, they begin to see you back. And then he handed me a key for the next place, Rothmere. The map changed. Rothmere now shimmered faintly on the page, etched in ink that hadn't been there before. I shouldn't have gone, but something had hooked itself into my mind. like a song I couldn't stop humming. I found Rothmere behind an abandoned grain silo in Kansas. Except it wasn't behind, it was through. A thin crack in the world, a shimmer. I stepped through it and emerged into endless wheat fields under a dark amber sky. There were no birds, no wind, only scarecrows, hundreds of them, all facing away from me at first. Then, one by one, they began to turn. I ran. I don't remember making it back through the shimmer. I woke up outside the silo, clutching the atlas, my hands smeared in black sap. But now, every time I blinked, I could see them, the scarecrows, waiting in the corners of my vision. I tried to burn the atlas. It wouldn't catch. I tried to bury it. It reappeared on my desk. I tried to forget it. But every time I closed my eyes, more places appeared. Pages filled themselves in. I wasn't alone either. I found forums, others who'd seen the atlas. Most were not well. Some had vanished completely. One guy left a message before disappearing. If you're reading this, don't follow the map. The more you go, the more it maps you. I didn't understand that until I turned to the final page. The one labeled, "You are here." And there, drawn in fine ink, was my house, my street, me. I hear them now. Not just at night, but in the daylight, behind walls, in reflections. The people from Belmer, the scarecrows from Rothmer. The map isn't just showing me forgotten places, it's letting them out. Every forgotten town, every unspoken name, everything that was erased for our protection. They are coming back, and the atlas won't close. If this tape makes it to you, burn it. Don't read the map. Don't see the places. Because once you see them, they will never forget you. This has been the Forgotten Atlas. If you ever receive a package with no return address, don't open it. You might find a map. And some places are meant to stay lost.